Welcome to day 16 of our free sewing class. I hope you are gaining and learning from this free class. Today we are going to talk about two concepts that we've not talked about and we need to know before we start drafting gown and blouses. So let's get into it. The first on the list is bust span or nipple to nipple measurements. The bust span or the nipple to nipple measurement is useful for placement of your darts. Now this is you or your client standing. The bust span or nipple to nipple measurement is measured from the apex, from the bust apex, that is where the nipple is, to the other one. So the distance between the nipple in the bust A to nipple in bust B is what we call bust span, and we need it to make that, both the waist dart, especially the waist dart, we need this measurement. So you need to measure it, and like I said before, that your clients must wear a good bra whenever they come for measurement. One reason is for you to get an accurate bust span. All right, let's talk about that. What is a dart? Darts are sewn into a garment to remove excess material, and it gives fitting to your garment. So whenever you are sewing your garment, you need that to remove the excess material and to make the garment fit. Let me demonstrate it. Okay, let's assume this is our client, our customer that wants to make a dress for, and I'll be draping the dress. That is what we call draping. Don't worry, it's a little bit advanced, but let me just teach you so that I can show you what that is. So let's assume I want to place this material. I want to sew this material for this my particular client. I'll be pinning it down, and this mannequin I'm using is not a fully pinnable mannequin, so the pin might come off once in a while, and somehow it's difficult to pin. So just stay with me as I pin it, just trying to show you what that is. So we just work with half of the front, half side of the front. I'll be pinning it, and after pinning I'll come back to show you why we need that and what actually is a dart. Now as you can see, I'm done pinning, but look at the bust side. You see that the bust side is kind of fitted. That part is fitted, but check this other side is a little bit loose. But look at the waist. Did you see that excess? This excess is what we know as that we need to take in, and the excess comes because the bust is bigger than the waist. So to give the bust a shape at that point, you need to take your dart. That is the excess at that point. I don't know if it really makes sense. Did you see it? All those excess, that is what you will sew in. That is what you take as your dart. Now you can also take that on skirts. That is the skirt's own will be the difference between the waist and the hip. You know the hip is usually bigger, but for a blouse, it's the difference between the bust and the waist. So for someone who is busty, who has a big bust but a tiny waist, the person, you will take more dart. But someone whose waist is big, maybe the bust is like 36 and the waist is like 34, the difference is just 2 inches, so the dart won't be that much. There's another video, I will drop the link in the description box. You can check it out where I made a detailed explanation about that. Please do well to watch that video because it will help to explain the concept of that to you more. We need the knowledge of that in drafting blouse and gowns, which we will soon start drafting. Alright, the last concept I want to talk about is a shoulder slope. This is a woman being standing. As you can see, I'm trying to show you our shoulder is not straight. Did you see that part I am touching is slanty? Let me show you. You see the ruler? Assuming it is straight, it's supposed to follow the direction of this ruler. But because there is gap, this gap is what we call shoulder slope. And it varies from individual to individual. Although there is a way you can get it, at least to get some accuracy, but if you can measure it on your client, that is the perfect way because it varies from person to person. But if you cannot, I'm going to show you what you can do to get your shoulder slope. So basically, this I think this is the other thing that I thought we've not covered and we need to cover before drafting our pattern. The next video will be drafting our basic bodice pattern. So for now, this is what I want to teach you in this video, and I'll see you in my next video. In the next video, we'll start drafting. All right, see you then.